WREG in Memphis. This is News Channel 3 at 10.
In your first case, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping and tampering with or fabricating evidence in a criminal case.
He's accused of killing Eliza Fletcher, a Memphis mother and teacher out for a morning run. But Cleotha Apston is now facing even more charges in her kidnapping and death.
Tragedies like this are going to happen, but we're going to be doing everything we can to make sure that people can walk the streets without looking over the shoulder and going about their daily business without fear.
The district attorney and police say they are committed to keeping everyone safe on the streets of Memphis, calling this tragic kidnapping an isolated incident.
I'm sorry about what happened, and if I would have been there, I would have did what I could to stop it.
While Fletcher's death is bringing people together, those who never met her are tonight grieving over a life lost to senseless violence.
Police identified a body found in South Memphis this morning as Eliza Fletcher, the jogger who was abducted Friday morning near the University of Memphis. Investigators say the man accused of kidnapping and killing her is refusing to talk to them. Hello, I'm Greg Hurst.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. More questions and answers tonight as local and federal investigators try to figure out what triggered the abduction and murder of Eliza Fletcher.
WREG's Bria Jones has been following this case since it broke 4 days ago and joins us now with how Fletcher's murder is impacting the city. Bria?
Yeah, Greg and Stephanie, tonight hearts continue to break for Eliza Fletcher, with people coming out bringing teddy bears, balloons, and candles and other tokens of sympathy outside this home where she was found lifeless.
Hey, good morning, girls. You should be watching this on Thursday.
A vibrant smile and bubbly personality.
And on that farm, he had a horse. E-I-E-I-O.
Paired with a sweet spirit that could even pierce through the barriers of virtual learning.
Hey, it's Miss Fletcher.
Tonight, the nation is feeling the weight of the loss of Eliza Fletcher. The 34-year-old mother, wife, and St. Mary's school teacher was kidnapped and then killed after police say she was abducted by this man, Cleotha Apston, last week. Police say Fletcher was out for her usual early morning run near the University of Memphis when she was violently snatched. This teddy bear hangs outside the abandoned home next to the vacant lot where Fletcher's body was found in South Memphis. And more people are coming to offer their sympathy, those who knew her and loved her, and those like Pearline Willer Carpenter who know her now.
I can feel her fear. I can feel it going all through my body. Sadness, fear.
Her gift to Eliza, this plant she hopes will become a living tribute.
I just wanted to give her that plant so it could keep her dream alive, you know, with her children.
A sentiment also felt by the dozens of people who left flowers, encouraging messages, and even a pair of running shoes at her abduction site.
And this is just really sad. It hit home. I have sons. It's just senseless.
And tonight, as the nation mourns, we're learning more about tributes planned to honor Fletcher in the coming weeks. You can find more information on our website, WREG.com. Now reporting live in South Memphis, Bria Jones, WREG News, Channel 3.
All right, Bria, thanks. And we have some new information now about Cleotha Apston. After some research over the last couple of days, we have learned that he's been in trouble with the law since he was 11 years old.
Quite young. WREG investigator Jessica Gertler has more after pouring through his court records.
Listed him as violent, and at 16 we learned already he had felony convictions on his record.
Cleotha Apston was sentenced to 24 years in prison after pleading guilty to especially aggravated kidnapping and aggravated robbery. The victim stated he was extremely lucky he was able to escape that night in 2000 when Apston put him into the trunk of his car at gunpoint for a number of hours until he tried to force him to use the ATM at a MAPCO station. Someone had entered the gas station and the victim called for help. He wrote, "It's quite likely that I would have been killed had I not escaped." Apston declined to comment in court. He was only 16 at the time of the kidnapping, according to his arrest ticket. Court documents state he had a good relationship with his family, but his childhood was rough. They go on to state Apston's lengthy record that shows his first arrest was in 1995 for theft. He was just 11 years old. He was arrested again and again every few months from there for burglary, theft, aggravated assault, violation of curfew, truancy, rape, evading arrest, and more. The violent crimes, including rape and aggravated assault, resulted in time in the detention center, but it's unclear how much time he spent there. His file also states at the time he had no suicidal gestures, medical problems, or mental illness. He was listed, though, as 100% violent. The 2000 kidnapping victim ended his statement to the court by saying, "It was obvious to me Apston feels absolutely no remorse for the crime."
TDOC confirmed to us he was released in November 2020 when his sentence expired. Jessica Gertler, WREG, News Channel 3.
All right, thank you, Jessica. And we ask new Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy about Apston's past and if the system failed to reform him and prepare him for life after prison.
There are going to be failures in the system. One could just as easily say that the failure occurred much earlier in the chronology when he clearly had a troubled youth and had problems with the law. And, you know, there weren't sufficient efforts made to rehabilitate him back then.
Mulroy says Apston was sent to adult prison, and data shows in that situation, those released from prison are more likely to offend. He stressed now we must move forward and see that justice is served in this case.
So Apston is back in the system again and will be back in court tomorrow to face a judge on another round of charges, including murder. He was charged today with aggravated kidnapping and tampering with evidence. His bond was set at $500,000. Tomorrow morning, he'll be officially charged with first-degree murder, premeditated murder, and murder in the perpetration of a kidnapping. We'll be in the courtroom for the hearing and bring you the very latest on our afternoon newscast and online at WREG.com.
All right, we have more news to get to tonight, but right now we're going to turn to Jim Jaggers in our Severe Weather Center with a look outside.
Well, we had a pretty busy afternoon with scattered showers and thunderstorms, and things have calmed down considerably since then. As we look at our tower cam looking east down I-40 on Whitten Road, we're seeing cloudy skies. We're also seeing the clouds on the satellite map of Storm Tracker 3S. Some clearing over here in north central Arkansas, but the rainfall is all gone, retreating down to Alabama and eastern central Mississippi. Not after leaving up to 3 inches of rain in the Madison County area and also in McNairy County, but less than an inch across the News Channel 3 viewing area. Temperatures range from 74 degrees in Dyersburg to 70 in Corinth, 72 in Oxford, and in Clarksdale, 71 in Forest City. It's 74 degrees at Memphis International Airport. Winds are calm. Relative humidity 87%. We could have another problem with fog tomorrow morning, but generally we're looking at partly cloudy skies with a low temperature in the lower 70s overnight tonight, but we have more chances of rain in the forecasts coming up. Greg?
All right, we'll see you soon. Thank you, Jim. Now new at 10, home on the range causes problems on the highway. In fact, this home was being moved but could not fit under one of the low overpasses that dot Interstate 55 in South Memphis. And it's not the first time a truck or a vehicle has caused a traffic nightmare in that area. WRG's Shay Simon talked to TDOT leaders and truckers about this ongoing issue. And I guess you got an earful there, Shay.
Yeah, another traffic nightmare on Memphis roadways today. While some are blaming the driver, some are blaming the low overpass, others are blaming the Department of Transportation. A house is not a home when it's sitting on the interstate. Cars stuck in traffic Tuesday on Interstate 55 near 3rd Street after this house wasn't able to clear an overpass.
And if you don't know where the corners are, you're going to hit some.
After driving trucks for more than 20 years, this vet says it's not the roadways, it's the drivers.
They don't get enough training, and then they run into stuff. Puts everybody in danger.
In danger and in traffic. Tennessee Department of Transportation says this impacts everyone.
A lot of times it's either causes crashes, it's a safety concern, or you have to shut some lanes down to actually back some of these wide loads up to where they can turn around and go another direction.
And this isn't the first time. A truck moving a house got stuck under an overpass back in 2018. Lanes were closed down as crews worked to get the truck backed up and moved off the interstate. And again, a truck crashed into an overpass, then another accident when the car hit the back of the truck.
We do have lots of signage out. We've got flashing lights. We've got sensors in place.
TDOT says they're doing all they can to warn truckers, but those same drivers say there is an even simpler solution, getting a GPS designed for commercial trucking.
You can go the cheap route and you can use your phone GPS, but they're going to take you as a car GPS. But if you got the real deal, big truck driver, everything set up, it would never take you that way anyway.
Now, we asked TDOT if there are any plans currently to fix the overpass at 3rd Street. As of tonight, they say no, but they did tell us that they are currently assessing all structures across Memphis to make sure all roadways are safe. In Memphis tonight, Shay Simon, WREG News Channel 3.
All right, low-hanging overpasses. Thank you so much. And one of 2 men wanted for kidnapping a woman and her baby outside a department store in Cordova is in jail tonight. 25-year-old Will Hayes is charged with aggravated robbery, kidnapping, and using a firearm during a dangerous felony. He was arrested during a traffic stop. Police say he kidnapped a woman and her 1-year-old child outside the Target across from Wolf Chase and forced her to go to an ATM to withdraw money. They were released after getting the cash. Another suspect is on the run. Call Crime Stoppers if you know anything.
A man now accused of robbing 2 banks in Memphis is also in a Nashville jail accused of being a serial robber there. 43-year-old Robert Durham was arrested this afternoon. He's accused of robbing at least 6 banks and businesses in the Nashville area in the past 2 weeks. He was taken into custody following a police chase this afternoon. Now, Durham was arrested 2 years ago by South Haven police. This is his mugshot from that arrest. He was wanted for holding up 2 banks and a pharmacy in Memphis. Durham was sent into a drug treatment program and has been on a supervised release ever since.
Winning the battle. The fight against COVID-19 may be hitting a new milestone. Why this new shot in the arm could stop the virus in its tracks. Wash out. Drivers in the city of brotherly love find out Mother Nature has no love for them or their cars. And going around in circles, a 4-year-old superhero takes center stage while the president of one country tries to give an important speech. That's next on the News at 10.
The #1 10 p.m. newscast, WREG News Channel 3.